Hello everyone, a warm welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to discuss the direct pulp capping, okay, everything in detail. So please watch my video to the end so that you don't miss any important points in between. So what is the direct pulp capping? It's a placement of a protective layer directly over the exposed pulp, okay. So can we place any material directly as a pulp capping material? Obviously not. It requires some ideal conditions to be followed to be used as a pulp capping material. So let's see what are the ideal situations, okay, or the ideal conditions which a pulp capping material should satisfy. The first and the foremost is it should be able to form, or it should enhance the formation of the reparative dentin. The second is it should have a bactericidal or the bacteriostatic property, that is, it should be either able to retard the growth of the microorganisms, or it should be able to kill the growth of the or kill the microorganisms. Okay, the third is it should adhere well to the dentin as well as the restorative material. The fourth point is it should be able to resist all the forces which is happening inside the mouth, that is the occlusal forces, the masticatory forces, everything it should be able to resist under the restorative material. And the last one is it should be radio opaque. Now why radio opaque? Because if that particular patient goes to a dental clinic for in future for a particular reason, that if he or she is complaining of pain on that particular tooth, so without removing the restorative material, you can actually see in X-ray what is placed. I mean, there is placement of some agent beneath the restorative material, so you can easily identify it. Okay, so these are the ideal properties which a pulp capping material should satisfy to be used as a pulp capping material. Okay, so there are certain materials which are nowadays used in dentistry, that is the calcium hydroxide, MTA, then biodentin, then comes the tricalcium phosphate, and so on. But the most commonly used pulp capping material is the calcium hydroxide, which is available in the brand name of the Dical or the Pulp Dent. Because it is used as a pulp capping material most often because it satisfies all the above mentioned properties of the pulp capping material, and also it disinfects the superficial pulp. Okay, and the MTA is much more superior as compared to calcium hydroxide. But the main drawback of MTA here is it has very less antibacterial effect, and because of this property it is less commonly used as a pulp capping material as such. Okay, so can we use this pulp capping procedure or the technique in all the situations? No. So let's see what are the indications for the direct pulp capping procedure. First is the immature or the mature permanent tooth can be used as a criteria or can be selected for the direct pulp capping. Okay. Now what is immature tooth? A tooth with an open root apex. And what is a mature one? That is a tooth with a closed root apex. So okay, it can be selected as a criteria or as a person to do the direct pulp capping. The second is if there is a traumatic mechanical pinpoint pulp exposure. That means while removing caries, if there is an accidental pulp exposure, we can do the direct pulp capping. And also if there is some pinpoint pulp exposure for some other reasons, it's also an indication for DPC. And the third is if there is a pulp exposure and if there is a continuous bleeding, so it cannot be selected for the direct pulp capping, so it becomes a contraindication. Okay, so the contraindication is a large carious lesion cannot be selected for DPC. Then the pulpal exposure where there is continuous profuse bleeding cannot be used for DPC. Fine. Okay, so why do we opt for this treatment? So because of the three important reasons, that is, it's a conservative approach of treatment, because there is no need of root canal treatment, and also because it preserves the vitality of the tooth. So these are the main reasons because of which we opt for DPC. Fine. Okay, so let's see how does the calcium hydroxide works. First, there is the liquefaction necrosis of the superficial pulp. Now what does it mean? The tissue which is present in the superficial pulp tends to change its form into liquid viscous mass, which is one of the procedure of healing. The second one is there is neutralization of the toxicity which is present in the deeper layers of the pulp. The third one is there is coagulative necrosis, that is the accidental cell death which happens due to the irritation of the adjacent pulp caused due to the application of calcium hydroxide. So in this way it prevents the vitality of the pulpal tissue, thereby preventing the vitality of the tooth. Okay, so let's see the procedure of DPC. First is to anesthetize the tooth which we want to treat or select for DPC. Second is we have to clean the cavity with the chlorhexidine solution. The third one is we have to ask the patient to rinse with the sterile saline, because there will be bitter taste of the chlorhexidine. So to avoid the discomfort to the patient, we ask the patient to rinse with the sterile saline solution. The next is we have to clean the exposed pulp with a sterile cotton pallet to stop the bleeding if there is any. Next is place dical, that is we have to mix the dical. Okay, there will be a base and a catalyst, so we have to mix it both and place inside the exposed pulp or over the exposed pulp, allow it to dry, then place the base or the liner, and over it we have to place the restoration. Please note that we have to place a temporary restoration because we usually ask the patient to wait for at least 3 to 4 days to see the response, how the patient is responding. If the patient is totally asymptomatic, so we will then do the permanent restoration. Okay, so this is how we do the direct pulp capping procedure. So I hope you are very thorough with all your concepts of the DPC. If you have any queries regarding this procedure, please feel free to comment in my comment section and also give your valuable feedback. So it's always a motivation for me to come up in front of you with more such amazing videos. So if there is anyone who haven't subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe it right now, and also click on the bell icon button so that you will be notified as I upload my videos and you don't miss an amazing videos of mine. Okay, so I will be coming up next time with more such important topics, discussions, and also the question answer sessions. So see you next time. Take care. Bye.